Thank you for joining us again. Before the break, we discussed a strong digital foundation. Now it's time to turn our attention to the innovation being built on top of it. Please welcome Olga Lagunova, Chief Product and Technology Officer at GoTo, who will help us cut through the noise and discuss the hype versus reality of AI. So over to you, Olga.
Hi, thank you so much. I am really thrilled to bring to you a topic that captivates me personally, and I think many of us, driving real-world results with generative AI. And in my role at GoTo, as Chief Product and Technology Officer, I drive AI product strategy and our internal AI transformation. We bring AI-powered capabilities to tens of thousands of our customers, and I'm very fortunate to have an opportunity to work with a broad spectrum of customers, from solopreneurs to small and medium businesses to Fortune 500 companies and largest global system integrators. And every interaction with a customer is an opportunity to gain insights into their journey with AI, in how they adopt AI. And overall, I have about 12 years of experience working with data, machine learning, and AI, originally traditional AI, building products and transforming businesses. And prior to GoTo, I was Chief Data and Analytics Officer for Pitney Bowes. So these collective experiences gave me a huge appreciation of importance of humans in the success of any AI-driven efforts and AI-driven innovation. And you will see a reflection of it in my presentation today. Let me start with realities that many companies are facing today. So businesses and employees recognize the tremendous potential of generative AI, and despite that, many organizations don't yet see it as a revolutionary change that we promised. So if you look at MIT reports that became very famous earlier this year, or you watch McKinsey or industry analysts, they paint very similar picture for many organizations. Then they also highlight the big opportunities for companies that move from hype and pilots to really tangible business outcomes. And I want to share with you some data that we have we collected earlier this year, conducting our own research on the AI hype versus reality. And believe me, it's going to be relevant to what we are going to be talking about today. So let me walk you through just some of the high-level results. Well, first, I want to share, we interviewed about 2,500 global workers. It's even split between employees and IT decision makers. Now, for our customers base, we do interact a lot with IT, so it was really interesting for us to learn about how IT decision makers looking at the AI. And we did it across various sizes of the companies, from very small to mid-size and large enterprises across 10 countries. So this is what we've learned. Globally, 62% of employees say AI has been significantly overhyped. But 86% admit they're not using AI to its full potential. And that's likely because 82% of employees say they just aren't very familiar with how to use AI practically in their day-to-day work. And yet, IT leaders believe only less than half of their employees aren't familiar with the practical usage of AI. So some disconnect here. And 21% of IT leaders admit their company is adopting AI or buying AI tools just because they think they should, and not necessarily with a clear plan in mind. And it's a big problem. There is a high cost of AI underuse for both employers and employees. And employees estimate they spend 13 hours per week on tasks that could be handled by AI. And this really translates an astonishing number if you multiply it by number of employees in the US alone. And it means that businesses could be missing out on more than 2.9 trillion annually in greater efficiency. So why are companies struggling to get meaningful value from AI innovation? As many AI practitioners will tell you, AI and Gen AI implementation failures on innovation are rarely due to technology itself. though obviously Gen AI is a very special technology, but rather to a combination of weak strategy, slow execution, organizational and cultural changes, lack of clarity on business outcomes, too much focus on technology, overambitious projects, lack of talent, not managing change with the humans in the center. And observing how SMBs and enterprises approach AI adoption, I realized that there are very practical lessons that enterprises can learn from SMBs. The power of SMBs is a very pragmatic approach to AI. There are three things that SMBs do well when adopting AI in their environment. They prioritize speed to market and a clear return on investment. They expect AI to supercharge the success of their business by solving the real important problems. Like for them, it would be growing business, serving customer better, doing more with people they have. And SMBs expect AI to make life simpler, not more complex, like turnkey, well-integrated solutions. This is often the most impactful AI, which is not flashy, look what I can create stuff, but the practical, almost invisible tools that naturally fit in the business workflows and integrate with business and IT systems. And if we think about traditional AI, Google Maps, photo editors, text-to-speech, it's perfect illustrations of the invisible utility principle. And the last, SMB don't debate build versus buy. They are firmly in the buy camp, so they select proven SaaS solutions, immediately helping their business and just reducing the risk with faster solutions to implement and get ROI out of it. These practical lessons can benefit all our organizations, large or small. When you're thinking about fast early wins with AI, of course, we all know that SMBs and large enterprises have very different needs. So let's go one level deeper in how SMBs and enterprises adopt AI solutions and look at it. In reality, if we think about where large enterprises operate this environment, the requirements on control, configurability, complexity of integrations, breadth of tools in the ecosystem are very different depending on the size of organization. And in the products that we bring to market and the innovation, as we are thinking about it, mostly we are bringing it to IT buyers, and there are often two sets of users engaged in the AI, implementing and using it. So the first group is very technical people. So as the organization decides to buy or build AI-powered solutions, there are technical experts involved. It could be R&D organization, it could be IT organization, but they are the experts. And the second group are end users that will be using AI to do their work. It's a customer support agent, sales, marketing, finance, HR, it could be, depending on your organization, doctors and nurses, right? If we look at these two groups, let's start with technical experts that build or implement the AI systems. What we found working across the full range of organizations, from solopreneurs to the large GSIs, there is a spectrum, big spectrum of what companies need and want, from turnkey solutions to full orchestration of agentic AI. And when you start getting into large enterprises with experienced IT technology teams, there are more complicated workflows that they want and are capable of implementing. And of course, it is critical for the decision makers to be realistic about ability and technical talent in organization, what they can build. Still, the tolerated level of complexity and sophistication can be really tailored to the skills available. But then, when you think about who actually will be consuming AI as an end user, we generally find that it doesn't matter if the end user of AI is in a big enterprise or in a small business. All end users want the same thing: simple, predictable, easy to use, seamlessly integrated. We just call it a user is a user. And the history of AI demonstrated that AI innovation succeeds or fails based on the human's willingness to work with it. And these humans who make these decisions are end users of AI. So don't let the smarts of your technical experts to bleed the excitement with technology into end user experience. Purposefully design the experience for adoption. And remember, every end user wants AI to be easy. So another lessons from our innovation journey is importance of AI philosophy. And the goal of AI philosophy, at least for us, was to align organization on approach to AI when it comes to innovation and solutions, whether the solutions are internal or customer facing. And let me share with you GoTo philosophy as an example. And you definitely should define yours. When we started on the journey, of generative AI and bringing it to our customers and building the products with it, we defined our philosophy of practical AI. It defined a set of principles that guide our organization thinking about AI innovation. It originated in understanding of our customers' needs and non-negotiable requirements, but we also found that it's a solid guide for our internal AI transformation. Of course, it's not written in stone, and we do expect it to evolve as our worlds evolve and AI evolves. So, but the key principle, we wanted AI that makes sense for the customers and our employees. And we specifically focus on 5 pillars. The first pillar is super important for us. Our AI innovation is impact-driven. If AI doesn't solve a real problem and delivers tangible business value, it doesn't belong in our products. It has to be intuitive. Our AI is designed to work first within our customers' real workflows with no friction and no disruption. Right now, we are very much focused on human and AI's co-working, meaning AI empowers humans to do the work and works alongside them, sometimes just assisting humans, sometimes taking over automation and actually running with it. So our solutions have to be actionable, they have to be explainable, so humans can trust them, and teachable. So we definitely design for transparency and measurable outcomes. I'll give you one example. We have a product called AI Receptionist. I picked it because it's easy for everybody to understand. It's AI-powered virtual receptionist that answers calls. You could imagine any small and medium business or auto dealer that would be using service like that. It connects the caller to the right department. It captures important details for fast follow-up. It ensures that business never miss a call. But how do you know if it's your business, you care a lot about the customer experience? How do you know that it's delivering a great customer experience? Well, one way to do so is compare the quality with a human receptionist, for example, and we want our customers to be able to measure that. So the next principle that is super important, our AI is trusted. We make it known that with our 2 brands, GoTo and LogMeIn products, well, security, compliance, and transparencies are non-negotiable. We will do that first. And finally, our AI is customer tailored. We recognize we have many customers. We do need to understand how they operate. They are very different. We just talked about differences in configurability requirements between SMBs and enterprises. And it's true, especially when it comes to integrations. and pushing for AI agent orchestration in complex ecosystems. You can think a lot about examples. So we need to tailor innovation to the customers and their needs. That's big principle for us to follow. And we apply these principles to AI product strategy and generally to our internal business transformation as well. Of course, these principles had to be translated into execution, and defining them up front helped us to do that. It helped the organization has a clarity of how we're approaching it. So let's just give you a few competencies that if you just look at these principles, you need to have them, right? Like legal, security, and compliance framework must be established on day one. Of course, you need always to build and scale technology and know-how with AI, but you also clear that we have to deepen our abilities to engage and experiment with customers and do it at scale, because we are so focused on delivering tangible values and delivering it with intuitive experiences. And it's all kind of goes from there to AI talent and the rest of the competencies that we are purposefully building to succeed with AI innovation in the company. But the other thing to realize, AI is a journey, and it is super important for all of us to keep running. Wherever we are today, we haven't arrived, right? There is a lot of work to do. Our business, your businesses, businesses of our customers are all at different stages in this journey. Some organizations are leading the pack, some are starting on the journey. And when we think about innovation in the products, we definitely want to meet our customers where they are on this AI journey and guide them through it so they can unlock maximum value in their business. And so when we design our products, again, bringing it back to the design, when we design our products, we design them to deliver functionality across all stages. So it's critically important for our team to understand these patterns. And I want to share with you the patterns that we observe. And I think it's true for many of the organizations and leaders who are listening to this podcast. We have productivity AI, and most organizations are ready for this stage. It's a very pragmatic. We all should be seeing now the value of this pragmatic AI. This is where SMBs excel in adoption and making progress. It's AI that just works. It works with existing workflows. The workflows don't change. They stay the same, but AI takes away the manual work or provides just-in-time assistance. We have tons of examples, right, in industry, different versions of copilots. In our products, it's a just-in-time assistance to call center agents. In marketing and sales, it could be writing and managing customer communications. In contact centers and supervisors could be monitoring and analyzing quality of calls. And then we go to the second stage, it's automation AI. This category takes organization a step further into the world of AI agents and take us as the companies that build these agents into innovation with this technology. We think about agents as smart digital assistants that are designed to handle very specific tasks. In our world, the examples of AI agents are AI receptionists that we talk about, or it could be virtual IT technicians that IT teams could use to automate help for their employees or the customers. And the role of humans in this ecosystem is to supervise these virtual workers. And third one is probably the most potentially impactful, but it's a transformative AI. This is where we take AI impact to a different level. This is where our customers can start using AI to transform how they do work. It changes their processes and workflows and enable them to further amplify usefulness of AI. At this stage, we of course have more agents that can collaborate and participate in the workflows. And we see us expanding into agentic AI as technology matures and our customers ready to jump into more autonomous workflows. And agentic AI is a much more advanced form. It doesn't just follow instructions, it can operates autonomously. Potentially, it can make decisions, adapt strategies, coordinate complex workflows based on the learning from the environment. And so we define our vision as transformative AI that drives a business advantage powered by increasingly autonomous agents. It helps us think through what we have to deliver today and where we push the boundaries so we are ready to deliver these agentic capabilities to our customers when they are ready to adopt it. So while it's essential for us to be rooted in what customers are ready to adopt and functionalities that brings tangible value today, we also must innovate for the future. So the smart experimentation is the key of success in this innovation. By the way, I want to say this is our vision, our journey. I'm sure every organization and you have your own, but this concept of continuous smart experimentation, I believe, is the center of successful innovation with AI. As many other companies, we started our generative AI journey with several experimentation teams. We specifically that did it this way so they can stay closer to a particular customer base and solve the right problems. So that became the top of the spear that helped us to accelerate learnings across the company. And the key factors that are crucial for the success of these exploration teams are on the slide, but the most important is the team must be anchored in deep understanding of critical business problems to solve that potentially can be solved with AI. And we should be obsessed with the problem, not a solution. So if the easiest solution to solve the problem, we should do that. But you must also have the right talent in the team, have hyper innovators across the 3 key areas of expertise. We talked about domain experts. It could be a product manager who deeply understands the problems and constantly interacts with customers or internal stakeholders. You have to have engineers with expertise in application development, in AI, general AI, data. You need user experience experts that obsess about making experiences right for end users. And all these experts work together, and today bringing new AI-driven vibe coding tools to really build these prototypes very quickly and immediately interact with customers and check. But the team's role is to marry the fast advancement in the Gen AI with the problems to be solved. And the need to continuously evaluate to understand when new AI capabilities reach the tipping point to deliver meaningful, reliable outcomes for the customers is crucial. Especially it was crucial a couple of years ago where AI was not as mature as it is today. So you must have ability to innovate and experiment with the customers. And very early in our AI journey, we realized that we will fail if we do not have it. And we didn't have it. And so we very purposefully had to build it. We did not have strong ability to engage with customers at scale we needed, especially with SMBs. And we call this program, new program that we built, Customer Insiders Program. And today it's a community of customers and partners who raise their hand eager to provide feedback and participate in product-related research activities, beta programs, and more. What's essential for us is that we connect with the customers from very early stages when we just have concepts and initial ideas we want to build. And then we stay connected with them as we develop the functionality, as we pilot it with them, and as we roll it out to the customers. And we can start actually measuring and understanding the impact and also usage patterns of our customers. So we follow this pattern of experimentation teams in products, but we also using the same approach with our internal customers as we are transforming our organizations. So in conclusion, I'd like to leave you with these 3 key takeaways. AI needs to be intuitive for humans to adopt. Do have an AI philosophy that outlines common principles for your company. And remember that AI is a journey. You need to deliver practical outcomes today and experiment for tomorrow. Thank you so much.
Oh, I love the phrase, we're not at our final destination yet. I think one thing that comes up again and again in these sort of conversations is that human in the loop, that human over the loop, whatever you want to call that. Do you think businesses are chasing technology quicker than they're skilling their workers?
I think this is a very important point that you're making. Absolutely. I think there are 2 parts. If you think about enabling a large organization and transforming organization to be AI first company or AI native company, as we call it these days, I think there is a lot of work to do. And there is a lot of thinking about how to enable the users, the customers, the end users to be knowledgeable about AI. I know we have done tons of work really purposefully thinking about it in the organizations. I constantly learn from other leaders in the industry who are successful at that. And there are a lot of good practices, but you have to be very purposeful. And sometimes it's significantly more difficult than we expect, because humans have also different perceptions and concerns with AIs, right? And thinking from being super enthusiastic and potentially jumping on it and not using it the right way to like really being concerned. They might have ethical concerns. They might have concerns about their work. So it is from not only technology, but how do you bring it? How do you educate it? How do you invest in your people? How do you create these wonderful opportunities for all of us to grow in the way we do the work in our careers, where AI becomes our enabler and not an enemy.
Brilliant. Well, thank you so much, Olga. It's been lovely to have you here.
Thank you.